And it is going. Awesome. So we're going to need your mobility implements, cue sticks, broomsticks, Swiffers, whatever we're using for some shoulder roll action. Once I see all you guys got it, I'll go ahead and spotlight it out. Get the timer rolling on the back end. Let me get this one here and give Lydia a second and we'll get it started. Perfect. So from here, ladies and future gents, on replay, thumb and pointer finger on, you're wider than shoulder width apart, going from front to back. You are making contact from one side to the next. Your intention is to get those hands a little bit closer together as you can smoothly connect one rep to the next. And let me go ahead and get the jams going here for you guys. Cool. You'll hear it here in a second. Beautiful. So we got about 40 seconds here, ladies and future gents, and then we'll go ahead and switch it up. We got some shoulder circles coming up next, but another 30 seconds of shoulder rolls here till we get done with it. About 5 seconds here, ladies. And let's go ahead and switch it up to shoulder circles. Let's go forward here for the first 30. Palms down, arms are locked out. You're going forward. Keep those arms locked. Nice tight circles here for about another 20 seconds, then we'll switch directions. Three seconds and we'll switch directions here. 2. Yeah, let's go ahead and change directions here, guys. So palms stay down, but we're going backwards. Reverse direction. Nice tight circles, arms staying locked out. Working through about another 20 seconds, then we'll switch. Got some world's greatest stretch coming up next in about 13 seconds. For another 5, 3, 2, and let's go ahead and come on down. Left knee up, right knee back. Get that left arm on the floor, palms flat on the floor. Pushing up, looking up toward that top hand, then reaching onto here. We're staying on this side here. Again, not just lifting that arm, but actually actively pushing and trying to open up that chest a little bit more with every rep for about another 10 seconds. We'll switch to the opposite side. 3 seconds. Last rep up this way, and let's go ahead and switch sides here, guys. So opposite knee up, opposite arm down. We're rotating and pushing into the other side. Remember, you're looking up toward that hand. We can't get that hand all the way up yet. Then with every rep that you're doing, trying to get it a little bit higher. Working up toward the ceiling or as high up as we can get for about another 10. Push-ups are coming next in 8 seconds. And we got push-ups here, guys. So from this position, let's do whatever you're max capable of is what we're doing. Level 1s, from the knee position all the way down and back up. Nice straight line from the shoulders to your knees. 2s, high plank up, high plank down from the knees on the way back up before resetting. And 3s, you know the drill. Gonna be going down and up without letting anything touch the ground, keeping that back nice and straight. We have about 30 seconds here, guys. 30 seconds, one more movement to go. We'll transition at that point. Close out, warm up. Remember, chins are up here too. Don't chuck that chin down and in. We want to lift that chin position. Keep everything nice and straight in line. Do about another 10 seconds. I'm going to stand on up in 8. Last 5. And stand on up here, guys. You got inchworms last but not least. So trying to keep those feet around shoulder width apart. The closer they are, the more of a stretch you're going to get. Working your way out to plank. Working your way back up. If we have to bend on the way down, bend on the way down. But on the way back up, I want you guys trying to keep those legs as straight as you can. A little bit of that hamstring stretch and love as we're actively engaging the chest and shoulders on the way down. Halfway in, halfway to go, another 30 seconds, then we will cover while I go over the progressions for the workout today. About 10 seconds here, guys. Still another rep or two to go. Beeps will let you know when we got 5 more to go. And time, guys. Get standing up. Keep those eyeballs on the screen. I'll pause the music on the back end and cover what we have for today. So Tabata is the structure for today. It means 20 seconds on, 10 seconds off through 4 minutes of total time. We're doing 8 full rounds of Tabata before running a full round and calling victory for today. So first one's your push-up variation. So we got down with that in terms of warm-up, but this is your max push-up potential, guys. So whatever you're able to do at least one of is what I want you trying to do through this movement. So don't just drop it down when it's getting harder. I want you to maintain whatever your maximum resistance is for it. So if you are going level ones, then you have to bring that chest all the way down. I want a full range of motion here on every single one. If I see you short-handing it, I'm going to give a general cue. You see you short-handing it longer, I'm going to give you a very specific cue to say, get yourself down all the way. However you need to get yourself back up is fair game, but I want a full range of motion, nice and controlled through the negative. Intermediates, high plank, down, knees up, and then we already covered again. Level 3s would be down and up from the high plank position the entire time. We've got pulse V-ups with resistance. So this should be your light to intermediate weight here, guys, as your second movement. So legs are locked out in front of you, arms are straight. Remember, feet are out in front of you, not straight up. You are lifting those shoulders off the ground and driving the weight up toward the toes that are flexed back through as many quality repetitions as we can get. If you've got to recover, make sure to ground your head to the floor so you deload the traps in the neck as well. Third one, floor press. We've got that with the bridge hold. So from here, we're holding that bridge, nice straight line from the knees through the hips to the shoulders. Starting and ending with the weight at the chest, we're pushing a nice explosive straight line up and then slower and controlled on the way down. This should not be a light weight for you. If you have the ability to go heavier on this, this should be your intermediate to heavy resistance, okay? So we really should be feeling these reps challenging you even through round 1. The fourth movement, mountain climbers. So from the high plank position, shoulders stacked over top of the wrist, chins are up, nice straight line in the back. Bringing one knee up, then the next, or ideally one knee immediately after the other, keeping those shoulders forward and keeping the butt down low. Mountain climbers. Burpees will be coming up after that movement, so standing on up. From here, hands are going down to the floor. You're stepping back to plank for level 1s, feet wider than shoulder width apart, jumping and clapping overhead. Level 2s will kick back, jump back and back up, wider than shoulder width apart before jumping and clapping overhead. And 3s, you're adding the push-up at the bottom before kicking wide and jumping and clapping. Next one is going to be thrusters here. This would be your light to intermediate weight because our intention is to keep repetitions flowing consistently through the interval. Elbows are low, hands are high. That weight should stay up against you while you're squatting and as you begin your press. So sit back into the heel, then you're pushing overhead and pulling back until those ears and biceps are in line, making sure not to arch the upper back and not to end with that weight out in front of you, but directly overhead. So the glutes are tight, your pelvis is forward, core is as engaged in it as it can be as we press overhead, so we got a nice straight column. 2 position push-ups will be your 7th movement. Position 1 is going to be standard. So from there, we've doing the same body position as we had covered. Position 2 is going to be diamond. So thumb and pointer finger are going to be touching. From here, elbows will flare out, and you're driving your sternum, right, midline, all the way down to your hands. So your hands should never be out in front of you. They should be directly underneath you, stacked as normal for standard. And then you're driving kind of between your midline of your chest and the base of your sternum down for position 2, alternating back and forth between them with your lower half doing what we had covered for your push variation. And last but not least, knee raises or knee raise variation. So knee raises, high knees or knee tucks. Both knees coming up at least to 90, stepping from one to the next for level 1s, jumping from one to the next for level 2s, and then both knees coming up at the same time for knee tucks for level 3s, not making it a bunch of hops, but nice explosive jumps, getting at least to 90 with both knees on every single rep. And those are all 8 movements. Get done with all of them, victory will be yours. You're going to get 30 seconds to recover between every single one of those progressions. All right. Jennifer, questions on the movements or the structure?
The only thing I missed is when we're doing the floor press, we are in a bridge position, correct?
Correct.
Okay. Yep, I'm good.
Beautiful. Jess, questions?
Could I do the V-ups without the weight?
Yes, we can do the V-ups without the weight for level ones. Yep.
Thanks.
And Lydia, Irene, questions?
Nope. Good to go.
Beautiful. All right, ladies. So I'll spotlight it here for the first one. And then I'll get the timer rolling for you guys in the back end. So for here, I'm just going to count you in. I'll still see the clock on the back end. After this first interval, you'll see the clock. You'll hear the jams. So I get my Tabata interval ready for you guys. 8 of 8, 30. Perfect. Get the music going preemptively. Cool. All right, guys. We're going to start this on up in 3 seconds. 2, 1, and push up variation is yours first. So level one's from the knee position. We're going to be going down. Chins are staying up. Level 2 is high plank down, knees up. Level 3 is everything nice and straight on the way down and back up. We've got about 5 seconds here. Last 4, 3, 2, 1, and recovering. Here is the clock. Here are the jams. We got about 7 seconds. And you are live and in business right now with your second one. Again, every single one of these rounds, I want a full range of motion. Let's get that chest all the way down. Nice chest, good. Lydia, solid. Jennifer's on point. About 5 seconds here, guys. And pausing, good. Now, position looked excellent. Work through the interval across the board. 5 to go. And pause it. So range of motion for everybody right now is looking great. Tempo is looking fantastic. Consistency through the interval is the only thing I want to see across the board. So when you hear those beeps, don't be stopping on me. Give me reps all the way to 0. And recover. Nice. Better. Good. Next one will mark your halfway point. And you're live right now. This will be your halfway point, working through it. Nice. Chins are up here too. Don't tuck in as we're getting tired. About 5 more seconds. And pause. Good. Cover in, halfway to go. And you are live right now. And pause. And good, guys. We got 3 more rounds to go, 6 through 8. We're back in about 5. And you are live and in business with it right now. And nice job, guys. Good. 2 more. We got about 5 seconds here. And you're live right now is 7 of 8. Second to last one. Again, range of motion still looking good. Maintain that. Don't be stopping on me when we hear those beeps. Shake it off quick. Get back into it. Work all the way to 0. We have about 5 more seconds to go. And pause it. Nice, ladies. One more and we'll recover. And you are live right now with your final one, 8 of 8. About 15 seconds. And pause. A nice job. It is good. Timer's still rolling on the back end. Get some water in you quick if you need to recover. We have pulse V-ups coming up next. So if we are going level 1, we can go body weight. Outside of that, 2s and 3s, I want us moving with some resistance. This should be your light to intermediate weight. We've got about 15 seconds of time to go. I'll spotlight the first round of these movements. I'll give you the audio call in, but we're coming up pretty close to it. About 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1, and you are live. So get those feet out in front of you. Flex those toes back. You are lifting those shoulders, driving them up toward the toes. Toes are flexed back. Try to keep those legs straight and slightly out in front of you. We got about another 5 seconds here. Last 4, 3, 2, 1, and recover. Nice. Here's the clock. Here's the jams. You're back in for your second round in about 5 seconds. We're live right now. Let's see how we're looking. This is good. Lydia's going to bring those feet a little bit out in front of her for me. Or not. Yeah. Bring those feet out in front, Lydia. Bring them out a little bit lower. Yeah, it's better. And pausing. Recover. Nice. I know as we're fatiguing, you're going to want to bring those legs back. Keep them out in front. And we're live with your third interval right now here, guys.
I'm so confused. Nothing feels the same anymore. What did you
And
do?
pausing. Good. Recovering.
Feelings left a mess on the floor.
About 5. And you're live right now here, ladies. This is going to mark your halfway point once you finish it. We got 15 seconds.
Nothing feels the same anymore. It's 4 a.m. and you just wanna stay over. Maybe you don't feel the same or sober. When I'm with you, nothing feels the same anymore. I just don't know how to get over you. Get over you.
About 15 seconds here, just over the halfway point on round 5. Keeping those legs out in front. Toes are flexed back. 5 seconds. And recover in. Nice job, guys. We got 3 more rounds, 6 through 8, about 5 seconds. You're live right now. See what we got. And pause and good. We got 2 more, guys. 7 and 8, about 5 seconds till we start. And you're live right now. And recover. Last but not least, final one, 8 of 8. And we're live right now with your final one here, guys. You can get those feet slightly out in front of you. Try and keep those legs straight. 10 in, 10 to go. And recover in. Good. We're resting here. We got about 27. We have floor press coming up next with the bridge hold. So we're trying to get a heavier resistance for this one here, guys. So if you have it, let's go a little bit heavier on this for that floor press. We have about 13 seconds. So I'm going to go ahead and spotlight the video out over here. I'll give you the cue when we're starting in 5. And we are there now. 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1, and you're live right now here. So holding that bridge, we're going explosive up, controlling down, working through that progression. We should be using a more challenging resistance here as we're pressing. About 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1, and recover. Nice. Here's the clock. Here's the jams. That's 1 in. We have your second round starting right now. So maintain that bridge position, explosive up, controlling it down here. That's good. About 10 in, about 10 to go. And recovering. Good. Rested, coming down, but back to the bridge in 5. And you're live and getting into it right now here, guys. And pause. And good. We're recovering. Next one's going to mark your halfway point. And you're live right now. And pausing, guys. Nice. Good. Halfway in, halfway to go. We got about 5 seconds to start back up. And you're live right now. Again, on the way back down, I want to make sure that your tempo is slower through the negative than it is on the way up. Try and go as explosive as you can on the way up, and then nice controlled pace back down. We got about 8 seconds here. And pause. And good. Rest it up. And you are live with 6 of 8, means we got 3 more to go, this one included. Remember, maintain that nice bridge hold position. And pausing. We got 2 more here, guys. 7 and 8 to finish. And last but not least, here we go. Or second to last, sorry. Second to last. We're at 7 of 8.
You'd like aim for the dry line stuff and all that?
Yeah. That's what I do right now. Why?
Asking it into tomorrow.
And you are recovering. Now we got last but not least here, guys. Final one coming up. 8 of 8. You're live with it right now. Explosive up, control down. Final interval here on our presses. About 10 in, about 10 to go. And pausing. Nice job, guys. We have a recovery here, about 27 seconds. You're rocking mountain climbers next. You can ditch the weight, water in you quick if you need it. We have about 18 seconds here till we get back. Once we get about 10 seconds out, I'll spotlight it out through that first interval. Then I'll show you the clock and the jams. And we are at that point now. Right, I'm getting ready, prepping. We got about 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. And you are live right now here, guys. So shoulder stacked over top of the wrist, one knee to the other, or ideally one knee immediately after the other. Maintaining those shoulders stacked over top of the wrist, in that nice level plank position. 8 seconds here. I'll count you down from 5. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and recover. Nice job, guys. Good. There's 1 in. Resting. Back in 5. And you are live right now here, guys. Getting after it, moving, working. Breathing. 10 in, 10 to go.
Oh my goodness.
Gotta shake it off. Try and do it in the rest interval, not the active push. And recover and pause. Take it off. 2 in. Third one starts in about 5. And you're live right now. And pause and recovering. Good. Next one's going to mark your halfway point. We're going to be back in about 5 seconds. And you're live right now with your halfway point here, guys. So stack those shoulders over the wrist, butts are low. I'd rather you give me just a nice high plank hold than ever bring those knees down during the active interval. So we're trying not to bring those knees down. I want you to just give me that hold. Moving. And pause. And now we can rest. I only bring those knees down during your recovery. 5 seconds, we're back.
If Minecraft on the computer, obviously.
And pause. Nice job, guys. Good. We got 3 more to go. 6 through 8. And keep those knees up off the ground. Shoulders stacked over top. Hips are nice and low. You see your hands out in front of you. You are starting to shift back. Get those shoulders forward. Again, don't bring those knees down during the active portion here, guys. I'd rather you give me a high plank hold. Maintain it active. And pausing. Good. 2 more. 2 more to go. And you are live with 7 of 8 right now. We're moving. We're staying active, whether it's even just a high plank hold. While you maintaining that body position without bringing those knees down for another 8 seconds. Nice job, guys. Good. And recover in. You got 1 more to go. 8 of 8. Last but not least, finishing it off in about 5. And you are live right now with that final movement, mountain climbers. This will mark your halfway point of the workout for today once we close it out. Move and chins up here, guys. Chins up or holding or repping, maintain it. And pause and good. We got about 28 seconds here, guys. You are resting, breathing. We got burpees coming up next, fan favorite. So get some water in you, hydrate up, breathe, big breath in through the nose, light pause, slow exhale. We got about 17 seconds. When we get to the last 10, I'll spotlight that video and I'll give you the cues. Audible, like for me, for the first part. We got 5 seconds out. So from here, we're starting in 3, 2, 1, and you are live right now with burpees. So guys, level 1s, you're stepping back to plank, feet wider than shoulder width apart, jumping and clapping overhead, jumping back to plank, feet wide, jump and clap overhead for 2s, and add that push up at the bottom of that range of motion for level 3s. Got 4 seconds. 3, 2, 1, and pause it. Nice job, guys. Good. Here's the clock. Here's the jams. And you are live right now with your second interval. So we're moving through it. Halfway in, halfway to go. Again, try and keep a continuous pace through this. 3 seconds. And pause. And remember, regardless of level, the shoulder should be stacked over the wrist. As you go back to that plank position. All right, so stack those shoulders over the wrist as we go back, whether we're stepping or jumping. Going back to a nice, good plank. About 8 seconds here, working through that clock. 5 more to go. And pause. And good. Recovering. And you're live right now here, guys. Working, breathing, moving, trying to connect as many as you can together. 10 in, 10 to go.
Gonna go back at like 11.
She's doing
And pause. Nice job, guys. Good. Halfway in, halfway to go. And you are live right now with round 5 of 8. So we got this one and 3 more. 10 and 10 to go. Keep your pace active. We're trying to keep it moving the entire time through our work interval. 5 seconds. And pause. And good. Recovering. We're back in about 5. And you're live right now. And pause and good. You got 2 more to go here, guys. 7 and 8. And you're live with 7 right now. So again, pace is active through the entire work interval. And whether we're stepping back, jumping back, or prepping for the push-up, those shoulders should be stacked over the wrist. Chin is up as we go back to the bottom end of that plank. 5 seconds here, guys. And pause. And good. Last but not least, 8 of 8, final one. And you're live right now. Two seconds. And time. Nice job, guys. Good. We're breathing, resting, recovering, hydrating up. About 25 seconds here to recover. We're coming back into your next one is going to be thrusters here, guys. So we're grabbing your light to intermediate weight for thrusters. We're prepping. We have 15 seconds here. So in a little bit, I'm going to spotlight the screen, getting us ready for thrusters. I'll give you the call out as to when we're starting. We have 5 seconds as of right now. 4, 3, 2, 1, and thrusters are live here, guys. So elbows are low, hands are high. Keep that up against you on the way down. All the weight's in the heels. Nice deep squat. And then we're driving through the legs, hard into the heels as we press and pull that weight overhead. We're going to end with those ears and biceps in line, elbows squeezed in. 4 seconds. 3, 2, 1, and pause. Nice job, guys. Here's the clock. Here's the jams. We got 8 seconds till we start off round 2. And you're live with it right now. Working, moving. And pause. Good. Resting, recovering. We got 3 coming up in 5. And you are live with your 3rd interval right now here, guys. Again, remember that I want to see a nice deep squat back into the heels. Explosive through that position as we press to lock out overhead. 5 seconds. And pause and good. In about 5 seconds here. And you're live right now with 4. Once we close this out, it'll mark your halfway point here. Looking solid. Remember, big squat. Quick on that push up. So drive quick, explosive through the legs. About 8 seconds here. Nice, ladies. Pace is looking good. You got about 10 in, 10 to go. Close out your 5th interval. And pause and good. 3 more, 6 through 8 to close this out. And you are live with 6 right now. Again, we're not trying to go up slowly through the squat. We're controlling it on the negative. But as we go to press, we're trying to drive through those legs. The more that we can drive through the heels, the less those shoulders are going to have to take over at the top. 5 seconds. And pause. And nice job, guys. You got a couple more to go, about 7 seconds. 7 of 8, about 15 seconds of time. Pace is looking good, trying to get depth as well. Remember, we're not just pressing overhead, we're pressing and squeezing those elbows in so we end up nice and locked out. About 5 seconds. Pause and recovering, good. And you are live right now at 8 of 8. Last but not least here, guys, again, don't stop on those beeps. You're working through that interval. We're about 10 seconds in, about 10 to go. Beeps will let you know when we got 5 to close it. And time. Nice job, guys. Good. Recovering. Breathe in. We are going to 2 position push-ups next, so we're not going to need any resistance for that progression. 2 position push-ups are coming up next. We have 18 seconds here till we get into it. All right, so I'll spotlight it once we're 10 seconds out. Let's start working our way down to the ground position. Spotlight it here. I'll give you a countdown from 5. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and you are live right now here, guys. So chins are up. Position 1 is standard. Position 2 is diamond. So thumb and pointer finger touching. We're going down and up. Nice quick transitions from one position to the next. So think step out or step in and right back in with those hands, trying to drive 1 rep to the next. 3 seconds, 2, 1, and time. Nice job, guys. Good. Take a look at you guys now. 5 seconds. And you are live right now here, guys. So chins are up. I want a nice full range of motion. I know those diamonds are going to be the tougher of the two, but still get that full depth to the bottom. You're trying to drive that much sternum down to that diamond position you've made. 5 seconds of time to go. And recovering. Nice job, guys. Good. Breathe and shake it off. Reset. And you are back in business right now. So your 3rd interval. Keep those chins up. I want a nice big range of motion all the way down, back up to lockout. Shake it off, reset, but trying to keep it moving through that interval. And pause and good. About 5 seconds here. And you are live right now. So mark your halfway point here, guys. We got about 5 seconds to go. And recover. Nice. Good. 4 of 8. And you're live right now with your 5th interval, guys. Let's see what we got. In, pause, and good. Rest it up here. We got 3 more to go before we close it out. You're live right now. So 6 through 8 means we got 3 more, this one included, to close this out. And pause. And 2 more here, ladies and future gents on replay. 5 to start it. And you're live with 7 of 8 right now. Chins are up. Position transition should be quick here. So going from standard to diamond, from diamond to standard, in and out. Quick transitions from one to the next. Full range of motion with each one. 5. And pause and good. 8 of 8. Last but not least, starts in about 5. And you are live and in business with it right now here, guys. Good. Closing it out solid. Shake it off, reset. I want you guys trying to keep moving through this interval. We only got 10 more seconds to go. And time. Nice job, guys. Good rest, recovery. Only got 1 movement left to go. Last but not least is going to be your knee raise variation. So prepping, getting ready. Quick sip of water. Breathing. We have 19 seconds. Once we get 10 seconds out, I'll spotlight it. Then I'll cover the cues through that first interval. We are 10 seconds out right now. So from here, getting yourself ready. Stand on up. Getting prepped. I'll count you in. 4, 3, 2, 1, and you are live right now here, guys. So this is not a recovery interval. If you are going knee raises, I want to see as fast as you can, getting those knees up to at least 90. High knees, leave the ground between them. And knee tucks, both knees will be coming up explosive from one to the next. 4 seconds. 3, 2, 1, and time. Nice job, guys. Good. You're resting here. 1 in, 7 to go before victory is yours. And you are live right now with your second interval. Remember, a nice quick pace here, guys. Knees up to at least 90, 15 seconds. And recovering now here, guys. Good. 3 in. Next one will mark your halfway point. 5 seconds. And you are live with it right now. Again, we are not trying to let that heart rate come down right now. I want to see you guys moving quick. We should be pumping through our max working interval. Nice, Jess. Good. Lydia solid. Jennifer's on point. 5 seconds here, guys. And pause. And nice job, guys. Halfway in, halfway to go. Again, push that pace as much as we can. 5 seconds. Working that interval, seeing what we got. And pause and good. We're back in about 5 seconds here. We got 3 more to go, this one included. And pause and good. 2 more here, guys. Nice quick pace. We're back in 5. Knees are driving up to at least 90. Quick tempo from one to the next, whether we're doing knee raises, high knees, or knee tucks. Don't be slowing down on me. We got 8 seconds. Close out your second to last one. And pause. And guys, last but not least, we got about 5 seconds to finish this out. This is the home stretch, guys. Last 10 seconds here, working through. And victory is officially yours. Get some water in, you guys. Breathe and recover. Hydrate up. I will pause the jams on the back end here as we prepare to cool it down and stretch it out. Big breath in through the nose, light pause, slow exhale, breathing, working through it. Once you get that heart rate under control a little bit here, guys, let's go ahead and grab the your broomsticks, PVC, Swiffers, Q stick, whatever we had used for the mobility implement in the warm-up. Let's go ahead and grab that. I'm going to use that as open up that position a little bit as well here to cool it down for today. Once I see we got everybody, I'll go ahead and start the clock. And you guys go ahead and preemptively start until hand. A couple extra shoulder rolls. It's going to help out. And once you're good, once you are ready, grab that implement and we'll start rolling it out. And since we got everybody, I'll start the clock right now here, guys. We're going to take a minute looking at the clock on the back end here. Start wider than shoulder width apart. You're working on your breathing here. So big breath in through the nose, light pause, slow exhale. As we're working on our breathing, we're feeling that heart rate coming back down, getting down under control. And as we're working on your breathing mechanics, getting that heart rate down, we're also trying to smoothly connect the rep from front to back. And as we can get those hands a little bit closer together. If you go so close that you bend or compensate at all, you're too close. Kick those hands back out a little bit and reset. But your intention through the stretch is to try and get those hands a little bit closer together with those arms staying nice and locked out, rolling from front to back. We have about another 15 seconds here. And last 5, 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. Let's go ahead and if you can dish the PVC or your mobility implement, let's go ahead and do some wrist circles here to prime those wrists for some love. So fingers interlocked here, guys. Forearms are touching. Choose a direction and start rotating. I'm going to take 15 seconds each side here. So big thing here again is to keep those forearms touching. Choose a direction. Rotating in that same position for another 4, 3, 2, 1. And let's go ahead and change directions here, guys. So we're going the opposite way, which may feel awkward, but we've been doing enough wrist circles, I think, at this point where it should start to feel a little bit more natural to go both ways. And we got about 5 seconds here. 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go ahead and spread those fingers apart as far as we can. Get the hands nice and flat on the floor. Arms are straight. Remember, almost all of your weight's still going to be back in the heels, guys. You're just putting enough downward pressure to keep your arms locked. From here, without bending the arm at all, you're driving your shoulder. Let's lean to the right. Keep that right hand flat on the floor and lean to the right. If you're feeling a stretch right now, we got to work on your mobility in your wrists, but we can stay in that position, add a little bit more tension. If you need to get deeper into the stretch, shift your body weight to the right behind you and then drive that shoulder over top of the fingers a little bit more to work that range of motion a bit more. Now, in terms of the stretch here, getting deeper, right, is going to be getting the shoulder further and further over top of those fingers over time. And we're doing that with every exhale. So we're still working on our breathing, big breath in through the nose, light pause, slow exhale, working our way to the right. Last 3, 2, 1. Let's go ahead and center ourselves here, guys. Weight can get shifted back to center if we were off. Let's go ahead and go to the right side, or sorry, to the left now. So left hand is flat, locked out. Lean to the left, try and drive that shoulder over top of those fingers, keeping that hand flat on the floor and that arm locked out.
Here.
If you need a more aggressive stretch, shift your body weight behind you to the left. So you drive that shoulder over the top of the left side a little bit more. And last 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And slowly coming back to center. And with that, victory is officially yours for today. You did it. You made it. Derek said you survived it as we pushed it real good. Jennifer, how we feeling? Questions for me?
Nope, good.
Beautiful. Jess, how we feeling? Questions for me?
If I don't show up the rest of the week, it's because I'm dead from this workout.
Yeah. there's no more push aggressive days for the rest of the week. There's no
Thank
more push
goodness.
aggressive days for the rest of the week. Lydia, Irene, how we feeling, ladies?
Okay, the diamond aggravated my wrist, so I just did regular the whole time on that one. But yeah, as soon as I can lift my arm, I'm going to shake it at you.
Okay, perfect. Sounds like a plan. All right, ladies. Well, awesome job. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day, and I will see you for the next live workout.
Sounds good.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
Right.
Bye, puppers.
Yeah.